That's no, I'm not your child.
Sweet child of mine. They played against NIP, but that was week 5. That was in January. Is that a thermite pen?
That is a thermite ban.
What do you think?
Well, we've been seeing the Sonics do this a lot in North America. In their relegation games.
So you usually don't want to criticize what they would do, because you know what kind of stuff happens on social media if you try to criticize that sort of thing. But continue.
It's okay. He's not on the team anymore.
Continue.
So what's been happening is that their defenses downstairs have looked really good because there's no thermite to open up the garage panel.
That's very true.
And they've been utilizing Teller's Archives a lot. Their other defenses have not been great. So it's putting a lot of eggs into one basket, maybe 1.5 if you count having a good Teller's Archives. But outside of that, it's been kind of a rough road for teams that have been banning thermite. But we won't see thermite, we won't see Thatcher, we won't see Echo in this game.
Valkyrie? This is LATAM. They won't ban Valkyrie.
No.
Pulse would make sense. Maestro maybe, but
probably Mira. They don't want to get rid of both.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't want to get rid of both of Maestro and Echo.
They would never do. They would never ban both Maestro and Echo, and they would never ban a Valkyrie because this is
exactly.
LATAM. If a Latin American team bans Valkyrie, like predict Judgment Day is within the next hours.
There's something wrong.
Yes. All right. So we'll see how this one plays out. Habana is obviously going to be your forced pick as your standard operator for Heart Breach. Some teams might try to run Maverick on this map. I don't really agree with that because it kind of puts you in the same problem as what the Thermite does. You know, okay, sure, when it comes to Garage, that's one thing, but when it comes to every other site, you want to be demolishing and destroying parts of the wall remotely, which is something that only Habana gives you. There's not much of an emphasis on hatches in this map, right? Not as much as maps like Clubhouse or Bang. So, in general, not really the greatest of operators to bring. In my opinion, most of the time, there's better picks. Don't like the Jackal. Jackal, great in general, works on many different maps, including this one, especially if you're going to be expecting your opponents to go heavier into the roam. Now, even though Maestro is not banned, he won't be picked in this, and the Castle will. And your ACOG, the only one that you're really going to be running is the Doc. Now, Doc gives you a lot of sustain, obviously, and usually played in the bathroom. And one thing that's pretty different to see right now, it's the fact that most of the wall from connector into... Oh, what is that? Zion with the shot on Scorpion. Yeah, okay, Red Devils are really trying to put the hurt down ASAP. An armor panel is still remaining, but that's a decent chunk of work already done. Really putting your opponents on the back foot. But I was saying, the wall between the console chamber and the projector room, or the connector room, is completely destroyed. Which is weird, because usually there's one reinforcement in it. But Doc taken away. We continue on. Push to start off from the admin side.
Looked like that was Midi inside the admin corner, and a hailstorm of bullets, but as he runs out of ammo, Destiny unable to finish off Midi. He's able to escape to safety inside of the Secretary Desk connector. Repelling in now, and no peek will come from Midi either. Abreu, though, playing the bait beautifully, will drop Destiny as he repels in. So the PDR outside on the windows on the east of admin, waiting for Midi to make his way out of a deathly position. YeaH as well will take down Zion, and all the timing as Midi tries to escape. PDR looks away in the dying moments. So we level out of 3-3 at the midway point in the round. You still have Midi tucked away in behind the Secretary Desk. It's a bit of a mess right now for Red Devils, actually, considering they don't really have a lot of utility in their positioning. They can get caught out quite easily.
And I really don't understand that wall being completely open, because the reinforcement in the middle always gives you some sort of flexibility to play from behind it. and not get shot easily. X-Kairos, one set of them is going to be used to open up the castle barricade. It's a worthy sacrifice. Anyways, no matter what you're trying to do, even if it is just trying to push inside. Oh, is that only one reinforcement? Okay. In this case, you can still use the 2 X-Kairos to push any player outside, but the players have already been pushed away. There's only 3 left, and they're very busy just holding on to completely different locations in here. There's one player by the cubby in the console chamber, but it's Brau and Midi as well that are so far back. We'll find 1 kill on the PDR. This Freeze will get 1 more. Brau with a headshot on the Gi, but PDR is ready as well. Type 89 finishing things off, and that's YeaH Gaming coming back in the round.
Positioning was so weird for RDevilS in that round. Where was the intel on the change of positioning there for YeaH Gaming? And why are you holding down admins so hard at that point still? It's 3v3, there's less than half the round to go. Who cares if they have admin? Let them push into you. Play on site. Like, what's the order of priority here for holding locations down?
I think they were just wanting to challenge, go into gunfights and 1v1 gunfights, and then they had this whole time as they also heard the X-Kairos hit the castle barricade and all of that. Just nobody rotated back to site, even just playing from projector. And because of the fact that the wall was also completely open up the console chamber, it didn't really allow them to be comfortable in their rotation back, because then they would be exposed from either the windows or, in this case, from yellow stairs, which was a pretty easy target for the IQ to just run in and find it. In general, very shaky in that first round, but Clyde's got to be picked up here. They go for the defense downstairs in garage. We'll see what RDevilS are planning for this one. So I'm definitely expecting this series to keep going on, especially after that first map. I don't think Oregon was as decisive as RDevilS would have liked it to be.
If you're RDevilS here, though, you got to find a way to utilize the advantages at your disposal and try and lock this thing out. You don't want this going 3 maps. We just saw YeaH Gaming drop the first map in their first series against Team 1 and then prove incredibly resilient in their second and third maps and nearly pull off the upset over Team 1. If you're RDevilS there, that's the last thing you want to try and contend with. You want to keep your Pro League spot well secured and not have to worry about that kind of scenario for another 6 months. So the top clear coming out from YeaH Gaming right now, as we're approaching a minute into the round, is done a lot of prep work, but not really done a lot of actual clearing. Not really pushed anyone out of a favorable position yet. RDevilS still playing at least the middle and bottom floors without any interruption right now.
It's a lot of work. There's a lot of noise being made, but YeaH Gaming are nowhere to be found, at least for RDevilS here. The drones and such are just being eliminated as we speak. Castle barricades and reinforcements forcing YeaH back the halfway point here in the round. A lot of time has been expended so far. There's not much from YeaH being done. Here, Operator Scream. That's the Buck of Destiny. Great cousin to the Pick of Destiny. People that know the reference as well. Scorpion will come in and find Velvet just by the bathroom. A good entrance, but you just need more destruction, and none of that has so far been used. I mean, where's Destiny opening things up on the floor? Why is he not trying to find players down below? You know, setting up for the Habana to walk into the site and plant at the end. It's just kind of taking your time, but for no real good reason.
Well, we start opening things up now as he opens up a hole looking in towards pipes. And biggest problem here for RDevilS is that you don't really have an opportunity to go flanking anywhere. You got to worry about Gi, and behind you is that Nomad, and the air jabs will be set up in place to make sure no one can push out. And there goes Friazzo taking down a Brave, pushing down yellow stairs. Midi on 20 HP or less as well. Pushing into the smoke now is Zion. He'll take one, vaulting over as VNX gets another one. The plant destroyed now as Zion with another headshot. Friazzo will drop Midi, but Diffuser down. 10 seconds left at the front of the white van. Shots coming down from the yellow stairs, but cannot land on the intended target. Pre-fire is abound for Zion as he turns the corner. Destiny into the overtime, putting the plant down. 1v2 for VNX. All the pings in the world coming out as he turns the corner, drops one. The plant going down though. Destiny, Deagle in hand for VNX. Turning around, black card. VNX, the lone survivor for RDevilS. And to bring it back from the depths of despair, RDevilS will equalize at 1-1.
You mean VNX will equalize?
True.
That was just... Well, the fact that the castle Stewie 2K'd his way through the smoke and got the 2 kills after it was pretty insane, and then the Valkyrie. So a total of 4 players were taken away by those 2.
Yep.
To win the round and counter the defuse. Wonderful. It was beautiful to watch. Because the whole time, YeaH were not able to use any of their actual utility, the Buck, for example, for any good reason. Like, why is he not destroying the floorboard? Why is he sitting in the bathroom for 30 seconds? There's 30 seconds that you're just wasting, that you don't really have at this point. You spend so much time trying to clear out the map. These sorts of things kind of just... They come with experience, obviously. So RDevilS, maybe if they're on their attacking side, wouldn't commit mistakes like that. But in general, it just should not really be happening. So I'm still very, very confused by that wall, and I really want to try to understand it. So, okay, it gives you a complete line of sight to play with, but you only have one ACOG. Otherwise, it gives your opponents a huge bit of control from either angles. And you can't really play behind a reinforced wall in the middle of it because you don't want to. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm struggling to find an advantage you would have by opening it all up. I can't think of a scenario in which you'd be better off having it all open as opposed to having a reinforcement that you could play off of.
Well, the rappel down has been heard. There you go, just sifting through between the cameras that will give the information on players, and the attack should be coming into admin as we speak. And the run out from Zion, he'll find the kill. Yes, Scorpion doing a decent chunk of damage to the Legion, but a bit of pre-fire, make sure that Zion stays alive and falls back and should get healed up ASAP here by the dock of Velvet. No, Velvet's on his own, and Destiny's gonna find the grenade on Midi. Well done in that shot, but as usual, it's always the Jaeger being killed in the back from the same exact position. There's no ADSs to save him in the back. So, no damage done to Velvet here on the dock because he has to fall back. He actually takes a bit more on the runaway. The pre-fire, oh, bro, he gets turned around on Destiny to take him out even through the impact hole that was already opened up here by the smoke. Try and find the kill advantage. Pre-fire in the back, won't find the kill. Somehow that was so close to getting Zion out of the play, but did not. VNX going down to YeaH. There's not much left in terms of manpower to RDevilS.
Not sure where Zion thinks he's going, but that, whatever the play was, that wasn't it. Velvet now left in a 1v4 inside a connector on 75 HP, and he's got one pressing up Spiral. And that'll be his first target to contend with, just narrowly missing PDR as he carried the diffuser and turning back now for that engagement. Oh. What are you doing? It works out in the end because YeaH will trade him out, but what? Why? You have diffuser, go plant. You have site control, you have ABAL control, you have Spiral control, go plant. What you doing?
You're asking the real questions here, Rob. What are we doing? What are
you doing? Why would you do that? Oh, boy. Well, it's going to be another top 4 defense here for Red Devils. They've set the tone every single round, getting that opening pick on a run out or a spawn peek or something. Very aggressive stance for Red Devils, and then it all falls apart pretty quickly.
It's almost as if you mentioned that exact same thing in the previous map.
They find a way to lose. Things look good. And then they miraculously, against all odds, find a way to blow it all up.
All right, so back on the defense here on the top floor. Red Devils, I mean, there's a certain point where if you can't hold on to what would be the initial entry position of your opponents, and in this case, it would just be the offices themselves. Well, should you even be there, right? Should you just fall back and play other ops? That's exactly what's going to happen here. There's double ACOG. You have the Maestro, you have the Doc. Makes a lot of sense. Run that. You don't have to be the guy that initiates the gunfight. You're on defense. You have the inherent advantage of just being back. And usually you see a Pulse playing in this position. In this case, it's the Valkyrie. So, you know, there's reason for one or the other. The Valkyrie is just more fragging power compared to the Pulse, that's for sure. But if you're going to run both the Doc and the Maestro, this is where it hurts you, because now you can't bring the Pulse to combo with the Valkyrie.
So, no aggressive, I guess, push here for Red Devils. No spawn peek, no run out. We've also got this A balcony air jab that keeps being put up here by YeaH. Admin take so far for YeaH Gaming a little bit slower than usual. We're approaching a minute now, and typically there's been a gunfight or 6 by now at this point in the round. Sounds like Velvet and Destiny are getting into a bit of a tussle off screen. And some Jackal pings will come out onto VNX downstairs in the basement into Archives. So you'll identify at least one member of the defense off-site downstairs with a Nitro Cell as well, and VNX has obviously been a massive performer in this series. They'll look to worry about him now as admin take no contest this time around, as YeaH Gaming make it in with ease, and they'll open up the admin hatch to watch for VNX's possible rotate up, and they'll keep waiting for those Jackal pings to get closer and closer. Toxic Babe, though, will press Destiny off the angle, and PDR will take down a Brave long range. So he gets one smoke out before dying with a minute 20 remaining. And VNX, if he's going to go for a flank at any point in time, he needs to go for a flank right about now.
This is what he's planning to do, and you can really tell he wants to really pounce on his opponents, but there's nothing so far, and there's not really any bit of info that he's gotten just yet. And he's playing for the POW. Oh my god! Shut down. Destiny disappearing off the face of the earth. That was a hell of a shot there, and still a lot of damage done to both the IQ and the Jackal in this situation. Scorpion. So VNX might just try to melee. There we go. Makes a lot of sense. You don't make the noise. You go back up the stairs. PDR will find one on Velvet, and the spray again from Midi. It's almost as if the Alda is the savior of most of your situations. Again, Midi, that's 3 for him in the round, and he wants for more. Nobody crossing through yet into projector room. YeaH waiting for it. No air jabs left. Everything has been deployed. There's still a bit of ammo left in the Alda, but needs to go for the reload. The Legion runs out of ammo. Will have to pull out the pistol. He falls down, and no! YeaH Gaming win the round off of pure mishaps. Red Devils run into their opponents, sure of their victory. And that was just...
What did I say, man? They find a way to lose. It doesn't make any sense.
Just, how? Why are you chasing the frag?
I know.
What are you doing? Why are you running in the middle of the hall?
I know.
No running in the hallway. Have you never been to high school? Or middle school? Or any school? No running in the hallways in general.
They find a way to lose, man. It's wild. I don't...
Nothing to say there.
It's another scenario. It's another scenario where Red Devils should walk away with the win, and they just, man, whatever the opposite of having a horseshoe stuck up your rear end is, that's what they've got.
Activating jump.
Whatever the opposite of that is, they've
not having it.
Okay, you know what I mean. Screw you. You know what I mean.
It's,
New feed
man, I don't know how to. That's definitely not something we can analyze. How badly that was messed up. And I know. I think tonight we've been very careful to kind of look at things from different perspectives, right?
Yeah.
But, and a huge but here, how the hell do you lose that? You throw your players in the hallway, literally just running after people to get kills. Just stop. It is time to stop. It's not worth it. Win the round, then brag.
Well, we're going back downstairs on the defense here. VNX will start things off with a NitroCell onto Destiny. So, saw him checking that camera earlier. Checking his yellow pings to see where that NitroCell was eventually going to end up, and he connects. So, another good start here for Red Devils. There goes your sledge, and they traded out the buck for a sledge. So that's your soft destruction, a lot of your soft destruction to look down in from Piano into Garage taken away. You can still have breaching charges on, never mind not the IQ, because IQ's dead. Velvet can attack on inside of Piano. We'll take down Friazo. So now really you're talking about Scorpion's sidearm shotgun. That's your soft destruction at this point. So Red Devils again, 5v3, 2-man advantage. 2-man push in towards the front desk right now for YeaH and PDR. On the opposite side of the castle barricade will be Velvet as he ducks back into the bathroom.
And you can't make the decision to fall back. We're just going to stick it, knowing that there's the advantage in there, but okay, VNX eliminated. They're already done his work. But PDR will find another. Velvet just peeking around, trying to look through into the circle desk, and it's just head taken away very quickly. Red Devils, as usual, as is tradition, they start off with an advantage and then fall off. In a 3v3, this can really go still either way, knowing how this game has been going for Red Devils so far. So, the mute in the back, opening things up. Waiting up for NitroCell potential. But our drones, they're the only things that are now inside of the site, and they're just giving info. They've been preset to watch for any rotations, any players coming in. Mini will take damage from the side. Smokes will get thrown in. They can rotate back on the side, and there we go. The Habana will find one. Zion, though, from above will find the kill on PDR. It's a 2v2 still. The Fuser is on the floor in a horrendous position. Red Devils might just win off of time, but no! Scorpion walks in! He finds the kill on a bro. 6 seconds left. Diffuser's already been picked up, and YeaH will have more than enough time to get that down. The castle will have to drop in. He's unsure. He still is looking for somebody to move into the diffuser, but there's nobody in there. He chucks an impact grenade just to delay his opponents, but he's walking down yellow stairs, unsure of where they are. The instant he peeks around now, he should have his head taken off clearly. Bit of damage done to Zion. Drop down from Scorpion, and there you go. That's the analysis you wanted. Kowalski. Giving all the info necessary. Scorpion coming in from the back. YeaH trying to pinch, and there we go. YeaH Gaming. Again, they find the round where Red Devils had an advantage. Clearly thrown away.
Honestly, that's... Man, what is that, 3 in a row now?
Yep.
3 in a row where Red Devils look like they have a clear set advantage. There's no way they could possibly toss it by the wayside, and all of a sudden it turns into a YeaH Gaming victory. So, we're at the last round of the first half, and for Red Devils, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the answer is. Like I said, man, they against all odds, they find they find the perfect way to throw it away. I guess is the easiest way to put it. And swap here for Midi over to the Maestro now, but they're bringing more soft destruction on the side of YeaH. Man, this looks tough. And especially considering you're on your favorable side on the defense, where you should be able to get defensive wins in the garage. Thermite's banned out. Your Roam has actually been doing a little bit of damage as well. Nitro cells at range have been collecting kills. Spawn peaks have been working. And yet, no matter what, everything you do is all for naught, because in those final 30 to 45 seconds, it all goes to hell. And there's no recovering it. I don't know. I don't really have a response here for RDevilS. I don't know what the solution is. If there's a simple solution, if there's a more complicated solution. Right now, I'd honestly say peel back, and then as soon as you get that first pick, rush back to site. But then what are you going to do? You're going to be trapped in a box as soon as all this soft destruction makes its way into piano. So you have to stand and fight. I
mean, it's not like YeaH Gaming was even using that sort of advantage that they were having. So I just don't know. That's actually pretty decent music.
Yeah, the new Visa music's pretty nice.
Yeah. Good jazz. Oh, it's actually really nice.
You're enjoying the music, aren't you?
Jam to that. Yeah, I like music.
Yeah. Well, it looks like RDevilS have peeled off a little bit already. I don't know. I think their response every single round has been roam less. But anyway, Zion, as I say that, is going to grab 1 kill onto Destiny. So there goes your buck again. Jackal Ping is coming out onto a member at the top of yellow stairs as well. That appears to be VNX on the Valkyrie. I'd imagine that's who that is. It might be Velvet as well. It is Velvet. Never mind. So the Jaeger will retreat down yellow stairs, though. So you, again, take away your soft destruction, but you lose your castle for it. It's a good trade if you're RDevilS. Don't know how many times I've said that. And then it turns into a bit of a nightmare on the objective for them. So, again, probably bunker up more towards Archives and the back, like Locker's hallway, because they're not going to get the garage wall open. That's not what they're going to do. The whole point of this is they can bring the soft destruction and blow open the piano floor into garage, but they're not going to be able to have as much visibility from the garage wall, even if they do use PDRs, the Hibana, to open part of it up.
VNX will find one on YeaH, so that's something. It's a 4v3, and I wonder... I really don't want to say this, but I wonder how RDevilS will throw this one away this time. Peter and setting up with the X-Gyros here. Should be a... Yeah, 2, and then... Oh! Gets burned away, shot from the side. Unfortunately, Electroclaws will do nothing here. So Artida's completely wasted with a Clyde.
Bad look there, looking up inside of the bathroom. Midi, though, will take down Scorpion, so it's a 2v4 for the IQ and the Hibana to work out as they try and push in through the garage and down yellow stairs. Time again, ticking away. 15 seconds now. Pushed in behind White. That's 1 for PDR as he drops VNX. Midi, though, will take down Friazo, and finally, RDevilS will salvage a round on the defensive side. It's a 4-2 deficit at the half. They're going to need to be showstoppers on the attack, or we're going to bank.
And honestly, bank doesn't seem that far away.
Nope.
Because either way, you're looking at this as, well, RDevilS kind of throwing away rounds for nothing. And whatever that sort of opportunity is presented, yeah, are able to take it. But RDevilS do take a couple rounds. They are already up 1 map. That was very, very close. So it can really go either way, and might just need that 3rd map to decide things.
I mean, the 3rd map looks like it's coming no matter what at this rate. I don't see RDevilS taking this first half or this second half. Even a 4-2 just to send it to overtime seems a little far-fetched.
Yes.
Like, you gotta at least match what just happened. And I don't see it happening, man. Just the number of man advantages that Red Devils had in that first half, just unthinkable.
For me, 3 of those 4 rounds that YeaH Gaming ended up winning were all Red Devils giving them the rounds.
Yep.
Camera in position.
Like, it's a completely different story at that point. It's, what, a 5-1 then? You're 2 rounds away from ending this, if you collect those. Instead, you're 2 rounds down. Granted, we did see Red Devils 2 rounds down on Oregon as well. They were down 4-2 at the half.
Yep. Well,
They brought it back. Yeah, they were down 4-2 at the half. They brought it back, 1-8-7 in overtime. It's not impossible here for Red Devils, but just the way things have been going so far, you're going to need to start things off hot. Well, that's one way to do it. Once again, Red Devils to get the opening kill. I'd love to know how many rounds out of this matchup Red Devils have had the opening kill and then lost. I'd love to know.
very interesting statistic.
I imagine the numbers in the double digits.
Well, it's impossible because they only played 6 rounds so far.
No, I mean in the series, including Oregon.
Oh. Nah, I guess.
For it to be double digits.
Oh, no! Zion! Blind going in for the fire and not expecting the mute to be lying down on the floor, which kind of usually does, but still. The mute has support in the back as well for this one. And has the smoke from below, just in case. Just fire into the top floor with your shotgun. You can do quite a bit of damage from below. We see this in this position. We also see it downstairs in the garage, the cafeteria, when you're firing up into a piano or into the bathroom. So there's a lot of really powerful positions that you can use them to your advantage. Velvet prepping grenade in the back and will be thrown, but then explode in midair and just do nothing. The smoke will come back up the stairs to try and fight their opponents, and no, there's nothing being set as we speak by the Habana. So it's kind of baited by your opponents being so slow. The Zofia will find 1 kill, so the Jackal is the only one taken away from the attackers. A bit more damage done as Midi will find 2 kills just rushing through. The Brow will find the last one. Red Devils are fighting back. That was a very convincing win.
Very convincing. That was a Brea with, or not a Brea, sorry. That was Midi with 4. 4K on the round for the Zofia. And kind of split things wide open like a can opener. For Red Devils in this one to have the advantage and finally be able to convert, I imagine that's got to feel good. Problem is that now you have to attack the basement, and conventional methods, I imagine, would lead this to a YeaH Gaming win on the defense. Red Devils right now are flexing that they're bringing a Finka, although the Finka of Zion is the only person who's not locked in their decision. So could 6-pick. And there it goes. Over to a buck and then dying seconds. So we're going to have a little more of a conventional round. We do have a buck and a sledge coming up from Velvet and Zion. So lots of soft destruction. Still, that's it's not really the whole point. The soft destruction from piano into garage is great and all, but it's not going to afford you a whole lot when they're playing like this, when the thermite's banned. Your goal isn't to get garage open to walk through it, honestly. You can make a peek hole on garage and open up hatches. You got to work your way down the stairwells, and that is where the difference will be made. So opening up piano floor into garage, like, you'll clear out default spots if there's anyone even there, but the ability to peel back and not have to worry about pushing into garage will be monumental for the defense. So Red Devils have to take this, I imagine, the same kind of way they did the last round, which is someone's individual performance is going to have to try and tear away with it.
Someone.
Someone.
I think
Might start with a V and end with a
Velvet.
an N and an X. I don't know.
Okay. Scorpion will take down Mini. So the player that was actually doing that work. 4K that he was? 4K with the Zofia. C4 will miss the Scorpion, and it'll be forced back to grenade used by the Buck of Zion, and just not able to find anything. Big loss to Zofia early on, pretty much for free. Now RDevilS finally rotate more players in to try and have a stronger hold in their assault here to the offices. So Velvet continuing into drone as well. And this is just clearing the top floor. This is not even attacking the site itself. So far, not so bueno.
My big scare is that Scorpion was able to walk away for free. Nobody able to lock him down. He'll grab another one onto a Breu downstairs. So there goes your hard breacher. Now you're definitely putting stairs, or pushing downstairs. Can't open the garage wall at all, no matter what. Can't open any of the reinforced hatches. You're going for an archives take now.
Yeah, that's really your best shot, and even then you're under-equipped, you're undermanned, and you're going to be facing 2 blocks of C4, a Maestro as well, and the flexibility of having both the smoke and the bandit with not a ton of time left. Yeah, good luck. It's not going to be a fun time, that's for sure. If Scorpion can throw his shockwire at his opponent, he would, and that's at least the bullets from the MP7 will do the work in this one. The sledge being eliminated. Nomad and Buck, last 2 alive here. Scorpion still close to the vending machine, so can really pounce whenever he gets the information from the Pulse, but the Pulse is very busy scanning around where they know the diffuser is, and they will pick it up. RDevilS, and all of that will be spotted and will allow the bandit to maneuver around and hold the hallway from Piano.
It's 3 on the round so far for Scorpion. You can see Destiny just following both of them. The call's coming out for Scorpion as he's pushing down through the bench's hallway. One splits off in towards Circle Desk, and one goes down yellow, or Spiral, sorry. Destiny will collect the one that went down Spiral Stairs, triggering an air jab. Would be Scorpion on the other side of the wall. Pings come out from that drone as well, but now Scorpion tucked away inside of the bench's hallway, looking for a 4K, and lands a lot of shots, but VNX will very narrowly escape, turning the corner finally. Takes a couple tries there for Scorpion to lock up the 4th kill, but VNX eventually falls. It's a 5-3 lead for YeaH Gaming. It's elimination map for them. They are down a map here, and they'd be sent back to Challenger League if they do not prevail and come away victorious on this map and then the next one. It's a top floor defense. Last time around, it was Midi that split things wide open with a 4K on the Zofia. He's the first to lock it in for RDevilS. We'll look to see if he can replicate that kind of success and keep things close for RDevilS, because that would also force YeaH Gaming elsewhere on a defense. Doubt they replicate or try and reattempt a top floor.
Well,
and then can't go back downstairs.
Midi was the first player to fall in the previous round, right? So
True.
It's not so great, because you're looking for that entry player to just stay alive and really be able to entry for you. But then the bandit just moves around. Well, he connects with the shots, he finds the kills, and it works out very, very well for YeaH Gaming. But it's just not so great seeing RDevilS just having an advantage and then having it slip away from their hands. But the Zofia and the Ash were both going to be picked, so this is the big change here for RDevilS, and having the double soft destruction, or triple in this case, because you have the sledge as well. You sacrifice the Buck. That's really the big deal in it. And there's a certain point where you ask yourself, is it really worth doing it? Well, if you're only running the Buck for the grenades, then yeah, sledge is going to be pretty good as well. It's not really going to be too bad of a situation to be in. And if having the fragging power that Ash brings is really something that you need, then so be it.
I mean, something's gotta give, right?
Yeah.
You don't want this going to map 3 if you're RDevilS. If you're YeaH Gaming, you continue playing RDevilS off themselves right now. Like, RDevilS are the ones beating themselves right now.
Yeah.
It's not YeaH Gaming winning this game. It's RDevilS losing it. They can't keep the advantage they get for themselves in any scenario, and it looks to be their downfall currently. So if you're YeaH Gaming, just keep letting RDevilS shoot themselves in the foot. And if you're RDevilS, yeah, if you got to bring in Ash to make a change, go for it. If you got to, I don't know, play Protect the President with MIDI and VNX, go for it. Surround them with bodyguards. Make sure that there's an opportunity for you to stay in the game. Because right now, the last thing I want to see for RDevilS, if I'm a RDevilS fan, is this go 3 maps. Because right now they look like YeaH Gaming is figuring them out.
And you definitely are a RDevilS fan. You can tell. Especially by the fact that you talk about their first half so passionately. So definitely.
Hey, any LATAM team that's not one of the big 4 to have a good half, you got to talk about it.
That's actually very true. It's very difficult to break into the top 4 for
Exactly.
any region, but specifically Latin America, because the big 4 are really, really scary. Specifically in local, like, regional play. So not as much as you think in international play, however. It's a bit of a bummer for international fans. But that said, presenting yourself in front of an Ash, not the greatest thing to do, but there you are. The mute is going to be the first one to fall. And the smoke's still in the back, but a great refrag here, almost instantaneously, to take down the Ash. And PDR is still locking down the same angle here through the smoke that was already used earlier on. 55 seconds left on the clock. A decent chunk for RDevilS to kind of set up for their attack, but they really need to get things going because time is really going to be of the essence.
You hear those impacts coming out from the lifeline, and now being caught out by the ADS, and Scorpion just witnesses one player pass by the Visa window, and Velvet turns back just to collect the kill. So another man advantage for RDevilS as they look to press in. 30 seconds left, and there's toxic smoke cutting off their entry in through the A door from Visa stairs, so they'll have to wait it out a little bit longer. YeaH as well with a nitro cell waiting for the push in for an attempted plant. 20 seconds ticking away now, and every second that passes, YeaH is taking a little bit more damage inside a connector, and now that air jab is able to make it up against that A wall. It's going to be huge here, but the nitro cell will still be able to reach much further than that air jab will be able to hold them back. VNX though will take him out as he passes through the door frame. There's no time left, no diffuser in hand. They rush through for the kills, but no, YeaH Gaming come away with it on the defense in the dying milliseconds. 2 players down, but not out. Comes down to a 1v1, but the diffuser is not being planted. It's match point.
They can take this one here. They can take it to bank. 7-3 wouldn't be too out of the ordinary.
No.
But RDevilS comeback is always possible with the way that YeaH falter every now and then, but RDevilS have been gifting them some rounds on a plate of gold at this point, and the previous round was wonderfully executed when it comes to a rush from RDevilS to push into the site, but then you kind of have to make sure you have everything else locked down. More importantly, the time, and time management has not been their forte.
Well, YeaH Gaming, 1 round away from sending us to a 3rd and final map for these Latin American relegations. RDevilS, 5 out of the next 6 rounds away from ending it. You have to go on a pretty big run right now to lock this out in Map2. It's not impossible. It's just extremely unlikely for RDevilS right now.
I mean, even to go to overtime, you have to win 3 in a row.
Yep.
And after that, after that, things kind of change. We still need to win 2 out of 3, which is not always as easy as you think, especially with the way the rotations happen for the sites and how really unpredictable both teams have been throughout this entire matchup. It's just, one team preferring more the soft wall approach with a lot more firepower that can be used, and RDevilS, facing off against YeaH Gaming, and YeaH were doing that in Villa against Team 1. In this case, it's a complete shift. It's RDevilS that were playing more of the softer walls / opened up walls on the defense, while YeaH Gaming are going for the more standard reinforcements in those positions.
Oh my god, we casted a Villa game.
Yeah, we did. It's like 3 years ago.
That feels very long ago, yes. Okay. It's a nice little refresh. Some lobby defense here for YeaH Gaming as they were victorious both downstairs and then upstairs. The problem for Red Devils as well, though, is even if you win this round, in the very next round, YeaH Gaming can go back to the basement where the thermite is banned out, and that's a pretty easy win. Came down to the wire, don't get me wrong, but theoretically, based on the utility anyway, it should be a pretty easy win. Abreu will also be taken down by Scorpion. Immediate trade there by Midi, but you've lost your breacher. The good news is it's a lobby defense. You don't really need a breacher. Lots of damage done now, but Midi cut down by YeaH as he looks down the barrel of Long Desk. You got Destiny inside of A-Bomb, still surviving amidst chaos and hailstorm of bullets that just cannot collect the kill. Zion, speaking of, will take down Friazo, but YeaH will take down Zion on a trade. So now you still have Destiny, who utilizes a Nitro Cell to clear out any air jabs on his A door at the top of the Visa stairs. Velvet pushing into sight. VNX nowhere to be found. This is an issue. VNX is actually the top of Visa stairs looking to push into A right up against Destiny. Low HP, but in behind the deployable shield. This is a bad spot, as now Velvet has been spotted by an Evil Eye downstairs in behind the circle desk. Pinged as he pushes in behind the flag. Waiting for the rotation now will be PDR, and he pops up with the ult in hand, downs him and finishes it off. It's VNX and a 1v3 to keep us alive on Consulate. We're ready to bank. Lots of shots ring out from inside a connector from YeaH. You still have VNX tempting fate by constantly toying back and forth in the rotation of that door frame. And now YeaH angling in towards Long Desk. The pre-fire comes out from VNX. He's got 7 bullets left in the mag. Waiting for the peek up from bottom spiral. PDR actually low on HP as well. This is doable here for your VNX at 100 HP. Oh. Beautiful shot landed onto YeaH. Last 2 remaining defenders low, but 13 seconds left, and he has to go for a full-out assault into the objective. The pre-fire not enough, and Destiny will win it out. YeaH Gaming, send us to bank.
That got pretty darn close there at the end. You're like, okay, is he gonna do it again? Because he did it. He did it in the first series, right? So maybe it would have been doable, but in this case, it just ends right then and there. There's still one more map to go for. 1-1 is the scoreline between YeaH Gaming and Red Devils. And Banks confirmed. 7-3, 9 kills for Scorpion, 9 for PDR. YeaH with 10, 10 for Midi. Overall, everybody was putting in the effort for it, but when it came to Red Devils in this matchup, they were getting kills, but then they weren't able to turn the kills into actual 1 rounds, which, I mean, kind of defeats the whole point of getting the kills anyways, right? So 7-3 scoreline at the end of it. We still are waiting for Bank. We saw how it played out before. This is the second time that, well, YeaH Gaming are going to play that same map in the same evening. So it's going to be a bit iffy, I have to say. There's some stuff that Red Devils can look at in that very same matchup. It is the map that they lost as well, because it was still the decider for that series, right?
Yep.
So there's a lot of flexibility in it. With that said, we'll take a very quick break and then come back for Bank, our last map and part of the series for Latin America relegations, just a few.